Hi, thank you for tuning in. It is Christmas over here, so I imagine whenever you're watching might not be Christmas, but I plan to bring through a Christmas blessing to you. Whenever you're finding this, I cultivating and channeling that special energy of Christmas into this reading. Really looking forward to the new year coming up. I feel a lot of positive energy coming for 2025. Um, I mean, we've all, at least if you're like me, you've been really keeping in your heart this year some very specific manifestations, your heart's dreams, and working diligently towards them in this year. And I've definitely seen a lot of miracles this year, an increase in my abundance, increase in peace in my relationship. Of course, I was married this year, and we've gone deeper in our harmony and in our peace. And so I'm ready, grateful for all that this year has brought and ready for the gift that is still yet to be revealed. So I'm going to be drawing from Rumi. This was the very first card deck I ever received. It's a very powerful deck, a very like potent loaded. So I'll probably just do one card. It really brings a big theme across. And this, I'm thinking is what that big next step is, what that big healing, that big um, new blessing for your life is all about. So, without further ado, I've already shuffled the cards, and the card for this reading is Al Usa, Star of Venus. And this card is absolutely gorgeous. We have a woman just kind of dressed in light, just absolutely blessed and beautiful. Now, with Rumi, I don't often know the meaning until I pick up the book. And so the book provides a lot of the meaning. But of course, Venus associated with love. So we're really calling in that energy of love and light, but I'm sure there's much more to it than that. So let me see here. And we'll start with a Rumi poem that's associated with, and then a brief explanation of the card. I am the pure light, my sun. I am not a handful of worthless dust. I am not just an empty shell. I am a regal pearl formed in this world. Close your eyes to see and become aware of me. Perceive me with eyes that see the unseen. Come into the mystery to find me. I am a carefree visitor here for you. Rumi. And then more involved explanation. My beautiful one, born of pure radiance, you have love in your heart and a passion for play that cannot be dulled by bleakness, boredom, or fear. Your soul is sensual and dances with life with utter abandonment and devotion. Though the ways of this world seem strange to you at times, you eventually declare it to be nothing but strange beauty and expand your heart, resisting nothing, to allow all to be bathed in the radiance of your being. You are here to share the light of another world, a blessed world of consciousness pure, and divinity so absolute that it transcends duality and instead brings all into the oneness of the greatest love. Very beautiful. So I'm just going to hold that for a moment. I like that those first two lines. I am the pure light, my son. I am not a handful of worthless dust. And that really reminds me of the core message of Twin Flames Universe, which is you are divine. You are created divine. The community, and the teaching very much acknowledges that life can be very painful and can be very difficult, but that doesn't change the truth. The truth is that you are divine and that you're powerful and you create your reality. This is who you are, a beautiful divine being bathed in light. Part of that power, though, is the power to create your reality. And as that reading expressed, there's an aspect of duality on this particular planet of reality. And that means that we've chosen to co-create a vast experience here, a lot of which does not feel loving, does not feel good. It's because we have the ability to experience illusion in this reality, that which is not real. What is real, let's go back to that, is that you're divine and you're perfect. You will always be divine, and you can never not be divine. And divine is all things good, loving, pure, beautiful, joyful, playful, um, full of life. And so, of course, many people wonder if this is the truth of reality. How is our planet the way it is? Well, like I said, because we are so powerful, um, divine beings, we can experience anything we choose. And so I know it's often very difficult to think, why would I, if I'm that wonderful, why would I choose to experience anything but that wonderfulness? And that's a huge, long story about, wanting to, just experience everything we could, even that which wasn't real. But we're really at a time now, and this is what the end of that reading was, where we're returning to oneness, we're returning to the joy and the bliss that we are. And because you're so powerful, you have the ability to return your life to the bliss and the joy and the peace that never left you, of course, that is always with you, but returning that to your everyday waking experience. Because you're so powerful, you can experience anything you want, but life is literally moving in such a way right now that all is returning to oneness, all is returning to that state of joy. And it's important for you to know your power. Literally, on this planet, it's just a fact that we've forgotten our power. It's not that it ever went away or doesn't exist. We forgot it, but you never stop being divine. And this card is encouraging you to see yourself this way and live this way. We're beings created in a state of love. And it's about a state of love feels good. I think a big healing I've gone through myself is in the past. I think Christianity, and I love Christianity a lot, but it's confused love with suffering. And God actually doesn't desire you to suffer. Not that you won't experience suffering, but knowing you're divine, knowing your perfection, knowing the truth. And this is something the Bible says, and it's true then and always been true. The truth will set you free. And so, of course, the heart of Christianity is the same as the heart of Church of Union. They teach that every religion shows you the way back to God. And so Jesus, said this as well. Have I not told you, ye are gods, and yet you do not listen? That's in the Bible. And the truth will set you free. You are divine. So if you want to create that divine life, it goes back to loving yourself. That's the core principle. You need to love those places that are hurt inside of you and bring the truth to them, because your thoughts are extremely powerful. They are what create your reality. Your thoughts, actions, and words, of course, all of those. And when those are in alignment with love, you create great miracles. I'm reading right now Nelson Mandela's autobiography, and you're talking about somebody who spent 60 plus years overcoming one of the greatest darknesses, apartheid, and experiencing being imprisoned for over uh, half a century. But he chose to embody such a powerful light. No darkness could overcome him. And he changed a nation. So look to Mandela. He's a great example of no matter what darkness you're experiencing, his choice was to be the light, was to be love, was to shine unity and oneness. And he, and of course, along with a whole country of people fighting for this, but he was one of a very big leader in this, changed an entire nation and brought unity and a deeper sense of oneness. Obviously, like every country in the world, we're still healing, but what an incredible story. I'm very inspired by that. And it reminds me that no matter what you're going through, and actually, Jeff Inchday said this in a most recent class, that challenges, bless them, be grateful for them, Because when you bring truth to the hard times, when you live in the truth, you will transcend that darkness. But you have to hold fast to the truth. You have to hold fast to love. Only love is real and love never fails. When you bring love fully to any situation, you will transcend it. You will heal it. Love is a very powerful emotion, and it's something you just have to grow in. It's a vibration that you grow in by loving yourself and extending that love everywhere that God calls you. You embody love as perfectly as you can. And that was the big healing I had. Not that Jesus ever wanted us to feel bad about ourselves, but it's important to love yourself. When Jesus says, love another as you love yourself, that means you got to include yourself in the equation. You do love others as you love yourself. So it's okay to be like this woman. It's okay to radiate and shine. It's actually encouraged. When you radiate and shine, you awaken other people's divinity. They can choose to accept it or not. Your job is not to, affect other people's choices, but just to reflect yours and to share yours. I choose to be a loving being. I choose to be a light being. I choose to share that everywhere I go. And God is my source, so I don't need to be concerned with whether people accept it or not. Another thing that Jeff Inchlia teaches that the love you give will always come back to you. And it doesn't have to be like, I gave this person love and they're going to give it exactly back to me. No. When you give love where you are called, God returns that love to you always in like 100-fold. And you don't have to control where it comes from. Your job is just to love yourself and to share that love where He calls you. So, the reading today is very much about embracing your divinity and knowing that that breakthrough that we were talking about at the beginning is here. And it's just in being steadfast in the truth. It's when you feel a hurt in your heart, love yourself there. Bring the truth of your divinity there. Persevere no matter what. Do all the things that God is calling you to love your life, love the people around you, love yourself. Persist, never give up. If you have a setback, don't give up. Don't feel bad about yourself. Anything can be healed. It doesn't matter how many times you've fallen. Get up and love yourself. Because when you persist in love, only love is real and love never fails. You will have your victory. And so I just encourage you, even if you're going through a really hard time, especially, I should say, as Jeff and Shleya said, be grateful for the challenge and find where inside of you need love and bring it there as fully and powerfully as you can. Your love does truly have the power to heal anything. And it's an inside job first. When you love yourself fully and completely, your light grows. And then life will reflect that light back to you. So I'm sending such a beautiful blessing. I pray that you shine just as the person in this card, because you are just as divine. You are perfect. You're beautiful. I love you. I send you many, many blessings on the new year, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye-bye.